So the band starts with...
Band starts with June. The whole idea of Hiroshima was June's idea because she came from Japan when she was 6. She has been playing koto her whole life. She has every professional degree from Japan on koto, and she wanted to make that instrument, her music, her heart, part of American culture.
She did.
So, and yeah, she did. As Stanley Clark says, she's only the world's greatest koto. This is my main man, Stanley Clark.
My brother. Whenever we talk about, like, you see the skin, the chicken skin's coming up, like.
But I'm just telling the truth.
You know, telling the truth. And let me, y'all want to know something. June is great. I mean, she's a great.
She's extraordinary.
She's like off the chains, right? And sometimes in concerts, brother, when she does her thing, I just, you know what I mean? It's like the Holy Ghost hits you in the church, right? Oh yeah. You want to shout. That's how bad she is.
Well,
the Michael Jackson band.
On an average night, especially like we're in Detroit or DC, or she'll get a standing O every time she plays a solo. That's normal.
Oh wait, now June is, let's say, the linchpin.
Yeah, absolutely. There's the heart and the soul.
Walk us through the band.
Okay, so there's June, and then the originals are June, Danny Yamamoto, who is our drummer. Who is he's originally, he goes all the way back to 74.
Wow, okay.
Because we started, the idea came in 74. I was, along with a guy named Benny Yee, co-musical composer conductors to the one and only Asian American musical in downtown LA. We had one performance, 1,800 people, great reviews, and the cat that produced it said, "Oh man, it's too much work, it's too much financial risk," so we never ran it again.
Wow.
But it was great. It organized, like so much of the great talent from the Asian American community, and everyone saw each other and said, "Oh, we could do this." So it was real key. But we were the pit band, and then they just said, well, the musical was only a little over an hour long. Could I do some music after that? So for about, we did about a 35, 45 minute concert, and those songs that we performed were really, that started the whole idea of doing this band on a larger scale.
Word, okay. So June, you, Danny.
Yeah, so the three of us. And Danny at that time, he was just playing a little bit of percussion because he was this kid going to UCLA studying ethnomusicology. And we had this badass drummer from a band called Chase, Jay Midard, playing drums. We had Vince Charles, like my brother, who passed away about 7 years ago. He was playing with Neil Diamond. He fell down, but he was one of the great steel drum players in the world. One of the greatest percussionists I've ever met. Pat Murphy, Davey Wataki, a great young piano player who is still gigging today with all kinds of cats. Peter Hatta playing guitar, who is now a Buddhist priest.
Whoa.
And teaches jazz guitar.
Nice, I love it.
You know what I mean? So everyone stay connected. But the nucleus of the band now is me, Danny, and June being obviously the linchpin, and then Kimo Cornwell. And Kimo's from Hawaii. That's how you get a name like Kimo. And he was playing with Maze, and he was playing with Al Jarreau. And I gradually kidnapped him from those two bands. And Frankie Beverly to this day, has an issue with me because he thinks I stole Kimo, and Kimo was just playing both gigs. And then in our band, he got to compose, he got to arrange, and it let him stretch out a bit more. But and then Dean Cortez, our bass player, he played from album 1, although at the time he was doing the Boz Scaggs World Tour right out of high school, because remember the Lowdown Tour with Boz? That went on for 2 years. In the private jets, and Dean right out of high school. That's what he was doing. But I knew him in high school, so he played on our first album. I wrote a song called Lion Dance, and I said, Dean, I need you to play on this tune. And so he played bass on that. And subsequent to that, he's played on, I think, every album. And then he's joined the band right after our first gold record. Our first gold record was our fourth, Another Place, and then Dean joined the band. So those 5 of us, we are the band, and everyone can burn. And Kimo makes a genius Caesar salad.
Yes, we'll get that.